like we'll have to put ourselves through the training and a chance against these androids.
Wait, we don't have to do any of that. Hear me out. We just have to gather the Dragon Balls, have the dragon tell us where to find the guy who's making the androids, find him, then murder that son of a bitch in cold blood.
As much as I love the phrasing of that, I'm gonna have to say no. And by no, I mean hell no.
Are you kidding me? You heard Piccolo, none of you survive.
And I, as a Super Saiyan, relish the challenge.
You're a Super Saiyan, Vegeta? Show me.
I
Don't tell me. You're not immune.
What, does that third eye make you psychic?
No, but it does help me see bullshit.
Hey, you know what?
You know, to be fair, I'm with Vegeta on this one. I want to fight me some androids. I haven't had a good fight since Freezer.
Wait, so the first thing we do after you get back, after being gone for a year and a half, is train.
I know, I'm excited too.
Yeah, okay.
Well, guess that settles that. I'll have to go fire Kamehamehas in the ocean over and over.
See you all in 3 years. Good to have you back, Goku.
We're gonna go get McDonald's.
Suppose we'll get moving on too. Come on, boy.
Wait, Yamcha?
Yeah?
You're my friend.
Oh, thank you, man.
So, wanna go drive cars?
Oh no.
I'm on the highway that hit falls. I'm on highway that hit falls.
Oh god.
They went their separate ways to prepare for the upcoming threat. However, a few of them would find roadblocks.
Like hell you will!
Oh, come on, Chi-Chi.
Won't you come on, Gigi, me? You're caught off in God knows where space, refuse to let the dragon take home, and the first thing you ask for when you get back, oh, hey, Gigi, mind if I take our baby boy to go train to fight some monster robots?
Androids. And the first thing I asked about was dinner.
The answer is no!
No to dinner or no to
That's
go home?
bad.
No!
Aw, but Chi-Chi, don't be like that. Be a pal.
Baker.
Oh my gosh! Dad, run! Run! The worst you can do is ground me, now run!
Meanwhile, Vegeta found ways to innovate his training.
That's art.
500 times Earth's gravity. That's insane. You'd be crapping out your own spine.
I know. The challenge excites me. Look at my nipples. Look at them!
Fine, I'll melt through your ship. What's the worst that can happen anyway?
Straight to the head.
Wow. He really needs to learn how to dog.
Yeah, I know. Still working on that. By the way, how'd you convince your wife to let him train with you?
We were on a field trip to the Ozarks. Please never tell him we were here.
What are you talking about? We're just studying. Let's go drive cars again.
Yay!
Sadistic. Whoever did this must have enjoyed it.
No, but you're upside down. Now you're not.
You know, it would be easier to count the amount of your ribs that aren't broken.
Work through the pain.
And exactly how are you going to work when your body collapses?
Please, the Prince of all Saiyans does not
Oh, look at that! The Prince of all two Saiyans on the ground.
Shut up!
Oh no, the Prince is getting all huffy. What are you gonna do? Try to blow up
Someone
Earth
tried
again?
to block
Because
it.
I know Goku on speed dial.
You must be as stupid as he is if you think he knows how to work a phone.
Don't you call me stupid!
Okay, then how about bitch?
Arrogant dick!
Spoiled sow!
You!
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 My room, 10 minutes.
Grand Canyon University offers over 270 academic programs with a Christian worldview. In 2020, campus students received over $157 million in scholarships. See what you qualify for. Find your purpose at gcu.edu/myoffer.
Most people hear the name Dick's Sporting Goods. They don't imagine leaders like us. But not too long ago, driven, persistent, visionary, powerful, wouldn't have brought us to mind either. Together, we're updating the playbook. So it's up to us to design for you, invest in you, and be the change we want to see in sports.
It's
It's our job to get more women to the top of their game.
The following is a... Oh, wait, I did this last time, didn't I? What's going on?
Hello?
Okay, the following is a non-profit fan-based parody. Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release. I've got a bad feeling about this.
All right, I packed you all some lunches for your field trip.
We're going to Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Make sure you're safe now, okay?
Well, I don't know how safe we can be. We're gonna be finding androids.
What?
Make sure you don't tell Chi-Chi.
Oh,
3 years, Dad.
hello.
Almost.
I'm taking along. Bye.
Oh. Hey! Damn it! What's going on? Thanks.
So what do you think? How ready are we to take on these androids?
On a scale of 1 to 10, my chest hurts.
Huh?
7 or 8.
Hey, look, it's Krillin. Hey, Krillin.
Oh, hey, Gohan! You barely grown since the last time I saw you, huh?
It's funny. I think that every time I see you.
Hey, that must be the island.
Holy crap! This city is huge!
And this island's so tiny. What do these people do here?
Apparently, prostitution is legal.
So prostitutes.
Hey, guys! Down here! Hey, Yamcha! Digimon! Bulma! Bulma's baby! Bulma's
Yeah.
baby!
You're damn right.
Yeah, and you won't believe who the father is. Vegeta!
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Well, it could have been mine.
It's Vegeta.
I'm just gonna walk over here.
He's my baby boy. His name is Trunks. That's a girl's name.
It's a bridged one,
So then, where's Daddy?
Unfortunately, our last conversation
Right.
was...
You were such an unbelievable asshole.
You know, you're being bitchier than usual today, and not in a hot way.
You got me pregnant, you idiot.
How is that my fault?
You said you were wearing protection.
I was wearing my armor! What do you expect me to do about it?
What you're
Nice.
going to do is go out, get a job, and help me raise our child.
What was that?
That was 1.5 years ago. So, you know, you tell me.
Well, on the plus side, your boobs look amazing.
Just take the compliment.
If you guys aren't done acting out your favorite chick flick, we've got it coming.
Oh, no, not my song.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Jirobi, I can't believe it. You came all this way to help us fight them.
No. Gordon sent me. Take a beat. Beat Daddy out.
Bean Daddy?
It's what I call my freedom stuff. Or at least I would, if Gordon would let me have one.
So that song, I was desperate and needed the money. And no, it wasn't worth it.
You got good taste.
Cat loves food. Yeah. Oh, hey, we never wished him
I
back
gotta find a
before.
way out of here.
Look, in the sky.
Is it a bird?
It's the androids.
My second guess was plane.
Damn it, they flew into the city.
I can't sense their energy.
Neither can I. And that's my
Sure, our download
It must be
snap
because
again.
they're androids.
I
They only know
deleted
how to
it.
sense life energy.
Then we'll have to hunt them down the old-fashioned way. Search the city.
Oh, come on! Really? Do we have to? I mean, I just want to go home.
All right, gang. Split up and search for clues. Gohan, go grab Yajirobe. Bulma, hold the sensu beam. They'll only weigh us down.
Hold on, what?
Break!
Later.
All right, now. If I were an android, where would I be? Well, I guess I'd be right here, because being an android wouldn't really change where I am, just what I am. If you think about it.
See that guy explode? Yeah. I bet you it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, but y'all think it's terrorism. You think y'all's getting TP'd is terrorism?
You're what's wrong with this country. What do you think, inconspicuous old man in mime? Whoa, 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 Marcel Marceau. If that's what you're looking for, it's gonna be $30 an hour. 50 if you want it weird.
Hey, you old jackass, get out of the road! You want to beat up prostitutes? Do it on your own damn time! Please put that back. I kinda need that to flee from you.
Huh? Oh, man, that was close. Surely someone else heard it, right? I mean, I don't have to.
Oh, this isn't fair!
Huh? Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, crap.
19, identify.
Oh god.
Orange jumpsuit, black spiky hair, higher than average power level. Some Goku, 94%,
I don't remember him having a scar.
87%.
Close enough.
I am totally in over my head here. Maybe I should call for help. No. That's exactly what they'd expect. Isn't that right, inconspicuous old man? Get close to your phone. Come on!
I mean, really? An android is just a human with wires instead of veins, and oil instead of blood. I wonder if they dream of electric sheep. Technoland. Huh?
Woohoo! Help me! Now, Son Goku, I shall extract my long-awaited revenge forthwith.
And not take you anymore!
Forthwith!
Oh, come on. Really, man? You couldn't last like 30 seconds?
We have company.
I need a gun.
Correction. New target identified as Son Goku. 100%
I need to
match.
find one.
Well then, looks like I don't need this anymore.
Oh no! Yamcha's been Yamcha'd! Quick, Krillin, give him a sensu!
Goku.
Alright, quick, Krillin, taking the Bulma!
Looks like there's two guns in this vicinity now.
No, Yamcha's been Yamcha'd! Quick, Krillin, give him a sensu! Alright, quick, Krillin, taking the Bulma!
Looks like there's two guns in this
Se agarran de mí porque tienen miedo.
Pretty sure he's bleeding out.
Alright, fine.
Man, seeing that hole in his chest, kinda makes my chest hurt. Like a lot. Anybody else?
You two must be the androids.
What? Impossible! How did you know we were
Oh god.
Scanning probabilities. Scanning. Analyze.
I'll tell you off the top of my head.
Processing complete. They are psychic. 92.4%.
Psychic, eh? Well then, bet you won't expect
Stop it!
I see you've discovered that the ultimate triangular vein beads is in my cheek. But you are too late. The entire population of the city has been reduced to ash. Now no one shall interfere with my revenge.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you only...
Yes, the entire population.
Alright, you are most unkind!
We really should move this stuff. Hey, Piccolo, know any good wastelands around here?
Why are you asking me?
You know why.
Northwest, about 100 miles. Kinda nice.
Then it's a date.
I can think of worse places. Nice rock formations, neat cacti.
Hey, look! Goku and the others are leaving with the androids!
Oh.
Oh no, we have to warn them. But when the old man was holding me, I could feel my life force draining. We're losing a lot of blood.
Oh,
Noise
no.
is coming out of my mouth. Gross. I'm telling you, they can absorb energy.
Then we have to go now.
You know what? Might just sit this one out. Oh yeah, I getcha. I never
Oh,
had any
God.
energy after I get a hand job either.
Well, fine. You're not going anywhere. I need help with the baby. How are you with diapers?
They all moved.
So how you feeling? Well then, you gonna fly after them? Is it because you're fat?
All right. Now that we're away from the city, we can...
Does it feel hot out here to you guys? It's hot.
As I was saying, we can finally get...
Oh.
But first, who are you? And what do you want?
You don't need to know why. Just know that I despise everything.
I'ma die.
Especially...
Hey, does anyone have any bacon? I sort of ate all my pocket bacon on the way here.
But allow me to show you. The last 15 years had a sense that you were second death natural exterminate.
Fuck.
Since then, I had sent to a nanoball that has been surveying and processing everything.
It's actually terrifying. I got the chills. I'm not looking back. I'm not looking back. I'm just running. Jump. Run.
Shit. Trapped in here. Or maybe not.
Hurry. 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 Hurry.
God damn it. What the hell is that thing?
Wait, what?
Failure has occurred. This program will now shut down. Would you like to send a report?
No, don't send a report!
Sending report.
Shut up, a whore! Now to wait 5 minutes to do absolutely nothing!
You need a gun. I need a gun. Where is it?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh. Oh God.
No.
Damn it.
Alright. What the fuck is going on here?
Rule number 1. Look at everything in a room.
Not everyone faces the death soul. I'll admit, your composure is admirable, even in the face of your inevitable demise. Destiny squarely on you. You still drew calm. And, oh, for God's sakes, 19! Fill up in lunch!
There's nothing. So that's a knife, okay. Yes.
Where were you when I needed you?
Your feeble understanding of our abilities would lead you to believe such. But 19 has yet to truly demonstrate his full killing proficiency. 19!
Maybe this is the right place.
No, my left! As I was saying, 19 is merely luring your combat into a false sense of security. And once we... 19! Should be a Dutch why is starting a
What did I get myself into?
It's not that complex!
Kidman?
Sebastian, where have you been? We lost you.
I don't know. But it sure as hell wasn't a quaint little town. There's something bad happening in here, Kidman. Baker is dead. There's a killer running around in here, doing things that are... It's like Beacon all over again. What the fuck did you just send me into?
I don't know. We're in the dark out here. Baker was the team leader. If he's dead, that doesn't bode well for the rest of them. Keep searching around. The more info you gather, the more I'll be able to help you.
Yeah.
That's distressing.
Sure.
19, respond immediately! 19, what are you? Safe mode! Start responding this instant before I shove my boot up your ass! Oh, bully!
Didn't seem to work. Don't worry, guys. I'll try again. Double strength.
Hey! Don't! They can absorb your energy!
Poor son of a bitch.
Did you know?
Left here to rot like this.
I thought the old man was holding me earlier. And you couldn't have said anything before because...
Hey, give me a break. I've already been through enough crap today.
Don't worry, Sebastian. It's just a small, quiet town.
Guys, lay off it. He means this like he needs a hole in the chest.
Too quiet.
I get it.
But he's got you!
Oh, hey. Can I have the energy back? Guys, I don't want to make a scene, but I'm pretty sure I'm dying.
What's going on? He hasn't used that much energy.
Come on. The sense of being. Thanks, buddy. Oh, God. Later, Smarter. Chest hurts. Hard to breathe.
Close your arm!
Dunno. Can't feel it. Is that normal?
Hello? Hey!
Dad, you took the medicine,
hurt me.
right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I started to.
Started to... What? You mean you stopped? Why did you stop?
Because it was great.
Did he just knock the Super Saiyan out of him?
Piccolo,
Kidman.
That was fast. Did you learn anything new?
come on.
Yeah, I did. I learned that it really is like Beacon in here. The people in here are turning into creatures.
Damn it. What the hell happened?
I don't know. But it means that Lily is in more danger than just being lost.
Sebastian.
Save it, Kidman. Leave it to me. I'm gonna find her.
Someone else hear that? Yeah, it's getting closer. And it sounds like...
And the prodigal asshole returns.
Mr. Piccolo!
I wanted to wait for an opening on the android, so I faked my injury. But now he's here.
Wait, so you weren't actually wounded?
No, but I got a better question. Where was my Sensorain? Sensorain!
I had a big giant bald spot right in the front. Like there could be any worse place for it to appear.
Hey, Vegeta.
Kakarot, you idiot, what are you doing?
Dying. Mostly. Little help. Thanks, best buddy.
Come on, Dad. We'll get you and give you the medicine.
No, let me do it. Let's be honest. If I stay, I'll probably just get in the way.
Yeah, probably.
No offense.
Why are you even here?
You know what? Have fun.
Primary threat escaping. 2 kilometers. 3 kilometers. Excuse me, but your primary threat is right here. 6 kilometers. Am I being ignored? quite realize the legend. Push-ups, sit-ups, and plenty of juice. And besides, my heart is pure.
Pure, unadulterated, badass.
Yeah, more like pure, unadulterated ego.
Is that okay?
Matter of fact, go yourself. Where was I? What a... I wanna be a Super Saiyan! I wanna! Push-ups, sit-ups, and plenty of juice. And besides, my heart is pure. Pure, unadulterated, badass.
Yeah, more like pure, unadulterated ego.
I heard that, Triclops!
Is that okay?
As a matter of fact, go yourself. Now, where was I? What a shame. Looks like you just initiated your self-destruct sequence. Let me give you a countdown. 5! Did I just see his foot? Well. Looks like I'm a size 19. 4! So have you rusted your pants yet? 3!
Holy shit.
No, don't panic. Everything will turn out fine. Will be as long as Android 19 will get around Vegeta and still rise energy. Now, I'm sure there was an advantage to building a fat robot, but for the life of me, I just don't see it.
Proximity breached. Track.exe activated.
Yes, that's it, 19. Do not let go of him, no matter what. Drain him until he's a shriveled up prune of a corpse.
Parameters recognized. Group locked.
Locked, huh? Well, guess I'm not going anywhere for a while. How's about I get a workout in? That's right. I'm gonna do squats all over your face.
Initiating. Energy. Drain.
Aw, how adorable. So you want my energy then? Tell you what, take as much as you want. In exchange, I'll take your hands, too.
Error.
So then, before I put down the clown, let's put it to bed, shall we? Do you feel fear, android?
No, please. Get away. Leave me alone.
All I needed to hear. One. Big Bang Attack!
No.
Your 30-day trial
Has expired. Would you like to?
merges.
When?
Now that we have Chuckles the ass clown out of the picture, how about we tend to the elderly? The f*** we go! Whatever. Baldy, pass me a sensu bean. What, do you think I'm just giving these away? Because I'm not.
Shit.
Oh, fuck. All right. Hopefully that'll hold.
Following is a non-profit fan-based parody. Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release. How? When a goddamn Super Saiyan asks you for a sensu bean, bald man, you say how many? Ah, that's better. Count yourselves lucky to be in the presence of a shining golden god such as myself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go kill the other android. You peons may stay here and erect a statue in my honor.
any closer!
Bang attack.
I don't know. It's coming from Mr.
Calm down.
Special Beam Cannon.
Don't
Why don't you
shoot.
try coming up with a better name for an attack?
How about Devil Drill Beam?
I'm not gonna
What
hurt
about Spiral Death Beam?
Doom Laser.
Rail Beam?
Nail Gun? Shit, that's good.
You can lower your gun. I'm on your side. You're not Mobius. You might not be one of those things, but that doesn't mean you're on my side. You're right. I don't work for Mobius, but I was sent here by them. Have you seen what those things out there? What
So
they
just
can
because
do?
he's a machine, I can't feel his energy.
Yeah, I have.
That doesn't make any sense.
Lucky for you, your
Energy
partner was
sensitive
willing to
bullshit.
sacrifice himself so he could escape. He wasn't my partner.
Why are you hiding? You scared
He's
because
just a member of Union Security
I'd
Detail.
call it a sex bot, but as
Protecting
you're
me
currently
was his
demonstrating,
job.
you
And
don't
my
have
job
any
is to solve a
balls.
hardware issue. Dying inside here is above my pay grade.
Yes.
I'm not a soldier. I'm just a technician.
I just have to wait you out.
Stop! Or I'll shoot! No! A soldier would have taken the safety out. I told you, we're on the same side. Let's try this again. I'm Sebastian Castellano.
Wow. And now your energy is mine.
But that's exactly what I was planning on. I knew you couldn't resist jumping out to suckle on my Super Saiyan teats, and now you're mine.
Liam,
All mine.
so you're not Mobius, but they sent you in here? I'm looking for my...
Tactical shit's getting really
I'm trying to restore the core. Yeah? Good luck with that. I'm done. I'm just gonna hold out here until extraction. Who's Lily? Look, you're at this, but I detected some signals nearby that resonate at the core's frequency. We were trying to track them when we got attacked. Here, listen to this. It sounds like a little girl, right? Quiet. Was that her? I think so. No way to... How do I do... Once you're out, you'll probably... It wouldn't hurt. No way. The core first. It's the only way we're getting out of here. Suit yourself. Let's pair up our communicators. That way I can tell you if I find anything. Yeah, okay. Can't hurt.
Doomsday Crush. Anarchy Mirage. Taco Tuesday.
It's more dangerous out there than I expect. Any idea? I tried to tell you about this one signal, but you didn't want to hear it. Well, I'm all...
I'm gonna leave you two alone for now.
Just lie back and think of Namek.
Damn it. I have to contact Gohan. Gohan, do you hear me?
Oh god, this gets amazing. First thing I'm gonna do when I get home is step in front of a full-length mirror, strip down, turn Super Saiyan, and...
Go on.
Cat loves food. Yeah. Cat loves... You heard nothing.
Damn it. Gohan, the full man's got me from behind. You have to... Oh, my.
Seriously, how do people keep getting on this line? You two are hanging in the middle of the air. How can I not see you?
Don't you sass me. Well, look who finally installed the pen.
Well, this is a little awkward. Maybe we could have a little dialogue and work this out.
No.
Okay. Then how about I fight the bald one first?
Anytime.
No, that one.
How about this one?
Oh, please. As if you're in any condition to fight me.
Really? Send to me. Send to me. Send to me. Send to me. Call me the can opener. 'Cause I'm about to bust open your little ass.
Yeah, how about you just leave the one-liners to me? Besides, the old man is mine back in.
I just figured you wouldn't want to sully your Super Saiyan hands on such a weak opponent.
You know, the funny thing is, I know you blame me, but you're right.
is all yours. Ah, yes, the against your little green man. I've already consumed enough energy from here to match and try you. They really let himself go. And he's an android. That's not Chaozu. Oh, crap baskets.
There's a long list of bad ideas, and this one is at the top. You know that, right?
I absolutely refuse to sit around and not be part of the action anymore. Do you know I never even saw Frieza? Not once.
I'm pretty sure no one ever complained about not meeting Hitler. I mean, some people do, but they're weird.
This isn't up for debate.
You do know your kid isn't...
Whether you're curling or crunching, running or riding, lifting.
5 candles. 5 people. A box of matches or lighter for each, 1 hour. It's all you need to play the midnight. In this game, you play with one goal in mind.
Maybe you can follow it and get maybe they're out. No, think about
Don't
it.
wake them up.
Come on, man. I'm all alone in here. I could use some protection. Maybe if you hadn't let your last guard take the fall for you. Whatever. I'll follow it or don't follow
Don't
it.
make a sound.
Don't
leave the play area. Don't let your candle go out.
Those things are pretty tough.
And don't get scared.
Takes a lot of ammo to get them off my back. Do you have anything
If
stronger
all
in
these
here?
rules are broken,
This place was designed to be peaceful, but Mobius and firepower go hand in hand. Do you know where I can find some of this firepower? It's pretty good, but I did. I'll mark its location. So you hasn't been. This was a like, but what do you mean? Wonky. What's happening?
Our play area was an
What's
old
this?
abandoned asylum known as Hammond's Ward. I played the
There was
midnight
this
game with a friend.
I found.
Carlton,
I told him he would always. You ask me.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Benny was
I'll
the one
let
who
you know
learned
if
about the
you'd
midnight
really
game.
do that.
He was
Thanks.
an amateur occultist during his emo phase, so he learned of this particular urban legend. He had to play for himself, only he needed 4 others to play, naturally. His friends were the first choice. 5 12-year-olds playing some kind of occult ritual. What could go wrong? I thought it was a joke when he asked me to play with him. I mean, when he insisted, I went along. Simply because I thought this was rather amusing. I tried Bloody Mary with Benny once. Nothing happened. We'd gone to haunted houses looking for ghosts. Nothing happened. Benny was still convinced the supernatural was real, despite all his ventures, turning up nothing. This time would be no different. I told him as much. How wrong I was. Benny explained the midnight game to us when we reached the asylum. It was a little-known urban legend that went as follows. Supposedly there are things that lie beneath our notice, and they can only be contacted through a specific ritual. Midnight game. In this game, 5 people with 5 candles would sit in a circle, 1 candle for each. If the candle went out, it had to be relit as soon as possible. At some point, they could leave the circle, but not the designated play area. Another specific was that the midnight game had to be played in an area that had seen great suffering. Benny didn't need to explain that, as an asylum had a history all of its own. Sexual abuse of patients, multiple suicides, lobotomies. It had it all. Benny had even taken me here once, trying to find ghosts. We didn't. The asylum is an eerie place, nonetheless. Spray paint on the walls, often upside-down crosses, pentagrams. The empty bottles made me realize we weren't the first people here. I wondered if anyone would come back. Life doesn't need ghosts to be horrific. Sometimes the people are all there is needed. There was one last rule in that game that told us. Don't say a word. We can't speak for the full hour. We need a timer of some kind to ensure that the hour passed. So Greg set the timer on his phone. Benny took us to one of the cells. That was where we played the midnight game. I asked him why this cell. He said that that door was the best. I asked him where he found this. And when he said that it was some internet forum, I rolled my eyes. And I was about ready to leave. I only stayed because my other friends did. And I didn't want to look like a pussy in front of them. Especially Joseph. We sat in a circle and we passed around the candles. No 2 were identical. Mine was long, thin, and red. Jyoti's was orange and plump. Benny's was a black cylinder. Greg was a yellow stick. Carlton had a green stick. Benny explained one last thing before we started. We have to light our candles clockwise. And in the last minute before midnight. Well, what time is it? Dick pulled out his phone. 11:58. No, 59. Just changed. Then we decided to leave this candle first. I went out. But how it happens, all the answer. I went next. Then Josie. Then Greg. Then Carlton, who rolled his eyes. Once we lit our candles, Benny held out his hand.
Hey,
we hold
let me out of here.
To show that we're united in this. I felt goofy.
Detective Castellanos.
It was nice to have Josie holding mine. Once Carlton had grumbled and grabbed Benny's hand to continue.
I could
We
ask
all
you the
five
same
seeking to
question,
play with you.
even if that face has
5
seen
people with
far
5
too much.
candles. We seek to play the midnight game.
You look tired, Detective.
You seek to play the midnight
I hope
game.
you get back in shape.
Silence.
Just like
Absolute silence.
before.
That was what answered Benny. I opened my mouth to say this was stupid when I realized how quiet it was. Taking a breath, felt the air go down my throat.
Whoa, so this is what it's for.
I tapped my foot against the floor gently. Not a sound. In the pit of my stomach. I looked over to Benny, alarmed. He seemed entranced by the flame of his candle. If you wish to play, he said, give us a sign. His voice penetrated the silence, the only sound any of us could hear. I looked over at Josie. Moved her mouth as if she was saying something. Nothing was coming out. I glanced over at Carlton and Greg, who had expressions that mirrored both Josie's and my own. Give us a sign! Suddenly, like he was demanding them to obey him, but not with any genuine force. He was desperate, hoping beyond hope that this would work. That his interest in the occult and the supernatural wasn't pointless. That he would be able to show his face to his friends again. I could guess that was what was going through his head. Nothing happened. We waited, breath held, wondering what we'd gotten ourselves into. But nothing happened. Benny sighed and opened his mouth to speak. I could see in his eyes the disappointment that this hadn't worked. Did he notice how quiet it was? The black cylinder in front of Benny was blown out by a gust of air. Benny froze, staring at the smoke rising from the burnt wick, then quickly pulled out a match and struck it when he lit the candle. He smiled and turned to us. The disappointment was gone, replaced by an excited glee. I don't think he realized the severity of what was going on. The game is on, he said. We'll begin in 3, 2, 1. All our candles went out instantly. In a panic to relight them, I didn't notice that the silence was gone. It was only after I stared at my long, thin candle, the red wax melting from the wick, that I realized I could hear the others breathing. I looked up and stared at my friends, one by one. They were all as bewildered as I was, save Benny. I wanted to speak, to say something to Benny. Benny had said that we couldn't speak for the full hour. After what had happened, did I wonder, was something going wrong? The silence was broken by a voice, but it wasn't one of us. What happened here? It said, as soft as a child's. Said another voice, identical to the first. Plans for the midnight game. What joy! What joy! What joy! What joy! It's been so long since I played the midnight game. What do we do?
If it keeps breaking apart like this, there won't be any union to search. I gotta try to find that signal.
I didn't breathe, wondering if I had imagined the voices. I glanced up at Benny, whose eyes were wide with excitement and shock. What the fuck, man? Carlton said, breaking the silence. Fuck this, I'm leaving. He grunted, and as I stared at him, I watched dumbfounded at how much he seemed to be trying to push himself off the ground. I couldn't help but notice the indents forming on the shoulders of his coat, like fingers as thin as pencils. What the fuck? Carlton spoke softly, his voice quivering. I couldn't help looking around the filthy room. Each one of my friends had eyes wide as mine. Benny was glancing behind him at nothing. So it seemed. I wanted to ask him what he was doing, but then my candle went out. I hastily struck a match and lit the candle before turning back to Benny. He wasn't staring at the wall anymore. He was looking directly at his candle. Face pale. Briefly, his wet eyes glanced up and met mine. He didn't need to say a thing to convey his regret. One that I shared. There was a squeaking sound from outside. We all glanced at the door. It was a sharp, painful, metallic, slow squeaking. It seemed to stretch throughout the asylum. It got closer and closer with each second. In anticipation, we waited for whatever horror would pass by the door. An empty, rusty wheelchair came into view. On the other side of the door frame, the door came to us. Slowly turning its crooked wheels, it faced us. The left front wheel lurched forward into the room suddenly, and then the right one. It lurched slowly, wheel by wheel, into the room until it passed the door and then stopped. Oh, Carlton said. The indents on his shoulders tightening. Shh, said the fifth voice suddenly. Shush. You don't want to wake them up, do you? That phrase sunk in slowly. Wake them up. The fifth voice continued to speak. They aren't awake yet. If they awake, you will all lose. Now pick up your candles, get to your feet. It's time to play the midnight game. You know the goal, don't you? Don't wake them up. There was a pause before it
You can catch me,
As
one
he
of
did,
them.
I couldn't help noticing the way indents on Carlton's shoulders tightened. If they wake up, you win. I glanced at each of my friends in turn, before turning back to Carlton. The fifth voice spoke again. This one's already spoken. They're stirring now, but not yet awake. It's only fair if none of you speak for the rest of the game. Nod? Yes, but stop yourselves. He reached up an arm as he was suddenly yanked back into the darkness and vanished. I was about to cry out, but Benny held up a hand. In the other, candle held high as he pointed at the darkness. Carlton was back. His face was long and gaunt, his hair white, his eyes wide. His entire body shaking. He opened his mouth and nothing came out. One player, the voice said, has lost the midnight game. There was a soft giggle from the other four voices. Then all five spoke together. One down. Four. Very softly,
Barrel's toast, but the rest of it looks okay. Need to find some parts to fix it.
They were chanting. I put my hand over my ears, trying to block out. And then my candle went out. I immediately tried to relight it, and felt a hand touch my arm. I glanced up instantly to find myself looking into Josie's face. It was covered in photo as she pointed at the window. I only just struck the match when something moved. It wasn't one of the voices, it was human. The deep, guttural, feral groan of a man. The voices ceased chanting. It appears not a clear. There a few seconds. A clink of glass from the door. Benny, Greg, Josie, and I all looked at it. An empty bottle was rising slowly into the air, suspended by invisible hands that left pencil-thin markings in the dust. Run! And then the bottle lurched up into the air before violently dropping onto the floor. It shattered, glass sparkling in the moonlight. The feral scream followed instantly. I barely remembered grabbing my candle and booking it out of there. Josie was the first to the door, and I trailed behind her. We both jointedly pushed the wheelchair out of the way, and it landed on its side with a loud crash as part of it cracked. The glass shards cracked under my shoes and that of my friends. Heavy footsteps were thundering down the hallway towards us, while a horrific screaming accompanied it. I struggled not to yell and scream in panic. Somehow none of my friends did either. Josie and Greg were sprinting down the hall in front of me, not daring to look back. I wanted to call out and beg them to wait up, but the heavy breathing next to my ear made me pause. I glanced over my shoulder to find Carlton's gaunt, pale face following me. His white hair contrasted against the darkness around us. A blank look was on his face, and his unlit candle was clasped in front of his chest. He pushed past me without a glance, slamming like against the wall as he seemed to glide down the hallway. My candle fell onto the ground, flame going out. I bent down to pick it up and relit it, then heard something else fall into the ground. Benny groaned in pain. I looked over and my heart dropped. Benny had tripped over and upended the wheelchair, dropping his candle, smoke drifting from the burnt lit wick. Benny's hands gritted against the broken glass as he lifted one up and reached for the black candle. Shards of glass were stuck in his palm, blood trailing down it. He grabbed the candle and Benny began to get to his feet. The thundering footsteps were almost on top of us. I was already rushing back to help Benny onto his feet when the candle suddenly lurched out of his hand, spinning across the ground. When it flew into a curve through the air, Benny was already on his feet and caught it, already trying to strike a match. I stared with wide eyes as the footsteps began around the corner at the very end of the hallway. No, he's not supposed to. Rules. Not bent. But how can we win? Not by resorting to cheating. Well, players, do as I told you. Run. The feral screams became the howl of an animal. I raced forward, grabbing Benny by the arm and began dragging him forward. He shook me off and then fell into step beside me, behind us. The howling was getting closer. The hallway split in 3 different directions at an intersection, not including the one we were already in. I glanced at Benny and pointed my finger to the right, then at him, still running. We were so close, Benny didn't need to be told twice what to do. The instant we reached the intersection, he took the right, and I turned to follow him. I slipped on a bottle, almost falling to the ground before I could steady myself. Then he paused, watched me with wide eyes, and turned, about to help me when I held up a free hand. The howling was almost on top of us. Without thinking, I began running in the opposite direction. I looked back to see Benny watching me go with a panicked expression before he ran in the other direction. Then his form was obscured by a lurking, hulking figure. It howled. He chased me pretty silently, relentless in his pursuit. I don't know how I managed to evade him, ducking under broken doors that hung out from their frames limply. I swear I could feel his hot breath on the back of my neck. But he never managed to grab me. I knew that if his hands wrapped around my neck, I'd be done for. After I took another corner, then ducked into an abandoned room, his screams were distant. I kept running, ignoring the way my lungs screamed in protest as I tried to find somewhere. I stopped and I pushed the set of other doors and found myself in what must have been a kitchen. Old pots and pans littered the floor along with knives that brought rust, spatulas, large serving spoons, and other cooking utensils that could have made life. I began frantically looking around, trying to figure out where to hide. I opened one of the old fridges and gagged at what I saw inside. It was the remains of a rat covered in fat, wriggling maggots. I slammed the door shut on instinct. There was a grunt from the distance just outside the double doors, and then heavy footsteps. I just told myself I had been so stupid. The heavy footsteps were getting closer, accompanied by grunting, deranged mumblings. I looked around. I ran to one of the cupboards, opened it, and shoved myself inside. I can't look to me because of an issue. As the footsteps got closer, I left down the edge of the doors. Opened just a crack so I could look right through to the space. Without thinking, the doors burst open and I froze. I could hear the deep guttural voice of the crazy man speaking incoherently. Footsteps that plucked into the kitchen, kicked aside anything in my path. A clatter of rust as something was broken apart, the slamming of a door. Just a quick breath out of the last. smoke drifted over from the wall. Some stopped like a shadow sitting in front of the
I haven't seen one of these in a while.
Something shuffled in the shadow. Like a crack. I could see the bare, filthy feet of man. Fungus. Coming to a stop directly in front of the cupboard. The mumbling was replaced by a long, deep and then something banged on the top of the cupboard. I bit my tongue so hard it began to bleed. Another bang above me, then several more poundings. The man was battering down, howling with rage. Tears began to roll down their faces. The door slamming shut. The feet with yellow claw-like toenails shuffled away. I waited until I heard them growing faint, until into a mumbling cadence. I breathed a sigh. And slowly the cupboard door opened. It was stopped. Dust and insect the door shot forward and I winced. It slammed shut. Stopped just before it shut. I jumped and I dropped my candle. My phone buzzed in my pocket. I instantly grabbed my candle before the flame would go out, holding it close to my face as I pulled on the phone. I wasn't relieved to see Josie's face. But she had said nothing about blood. Listen. Josie, get into the basement now. Josie, I'll try my best to help you. Greg, Larry, you guys are all. It was a sharp scraping sound like stones were being dragged along the metallic ground. The asylum began to shake and lurch, not like an earthquake was happening beneath our feet. This was different. It was like the asylum was moving. A voice spoke right next to my ear. Then Josie sent another message. Guys, something's wrong down here. Something really wrong. I'm not alone. I'm scared. I can hear something screaming. I don't think
¿Dónde vas?
Damn it, Betty.
¿Dónde
Why
vas?
did you convince us to play this game? How in the hell could we not be on Earth anymore? Protested as much to his response zoomed. Guys, I can see outside. The green lights. I think it's a star. Josie was the first to respond. Bullshit. This is bullshit. Damn it, Penny. You really there, and it's toying with us. Are you happy, Benny? Guys, cool it. We have to figure out how to get out of here. Look, we have about an hour at least, but we need to find a car. Benny, is there anything else you can remember about the rules of the midnight game? I'm so sorry. I went into this half prepared. I just read the basic rules. Something occurred to me as Josie began to tell. My voice was moved. Hey, how are we still texting each other? Josie's text box vanished and was replaced with Greg's. Oh, she's so true. Actually, I think we still got a connection. We shouldn't take that for granted. If we lose this connection, we're screwed. We have to stay together. Josie, you said that you're in the basement, right? I'll try to get over there and help you. Benny, Larry, try to find Carl. Crazy guy. Outside at bay. Greg was the only one to respond. I don't know, just try to avoid him. Got the plan. I still have text confirming the follow. Okay. Good luck, guys. Stay safe. landscape was almost identical to the forest that we'd gone through when we reached the summit. The trees stood tall above the ground. Ferns, grass, flowers, dotted the field. It was very I had to stuff my phone in my pocket as I picked up a knife. I wanted to convince myself to fight back against just what I grew up against.
Oh no.
Rust, the handle we didn't know. I pushed open the doors to the kitchen slowly, imagining the hulking shape of a man waiting on the other side. His arms would shoot out, grab my neck. Just an empty hallway, spray paint covered in the walls, and it was green sunlight. Something brushed through my hair. It felt like a swarm of 5 thin, hard worms. Every fiber of my being screamed at me to run and never stop running, but I couldn't bring myself to move an inch. Like I was a statue, just rooted to the spot. A distant human howl came out of the wall. Melted wax dripped onto my skin, but I didn't care. I walked slowly down the hallway, knife held in my shaking hand. Every step was made with a gentle touch. The breathing didn't stop. Some voice. One of the 5 voices from the city. My candle went out. I dropped my knife and struggled to relight it. And by the time I had, my heart was pounding in my chest. I just picked up my knife again, and there was an enormous crash from down the hall in front of me, followed by that inhuman howl. I remained frozen, looking at the end of the hallway. A massive window waited for me, the green light that passed through it, casting a pale haze. In the light, shadows seemed to continue together, the figure slowly appeared, undeniably human, but pencil-thin fingers, elongated limbs. The head that formed was hideous in its outline, a caricature of a human face. I could make out fat lips that stuck out too far from the face, twisted teeth that stabbed through the gums, green, crooked eyes glared at me hatefully, while strands of thin hair hung off a tumor-rotten head. The figure moved, then vanished. I spun around to face behind me. Carl?
Oh shit.
I spun around again. Facing behind me. That wasn't Carl. I continued walking slowly, hand gripping the knife as I was assaulted by my friend's disembodied voice, repeating my name, always from a new location. In front of me one instant, behind me the next, above me, beneath me, inside me even. Larry. 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 I wanted to scream at it to go away, but I couldn't make a sound. I'd break the rules if I did. I just kept walking. I mounted a set of stairs when a glass bottle covered in dust rolled across the top step and the gently began to descend the steps. I was on the very middle step and it passed me, and I watched it. Something was in the dust. I bent down quickly and I grabbed the nose of the bottle, picking it up and holding it to my face. My name was written in the dust. That was all. Larry. It's me. I dropped the bottle and continued up the stairs. The window pane was waiting for me at the top when I reached the last step. A small squeak made me freeze. I turned to the window. Dust and grime covered it like the bottle, and an invisible finger was slowly dragging a thin line down one side of it. When it stopped, another thin line stretched out from the bottom, eventually making a capital L. I watched as my name was written on the window. That's all. Larry. They are what lies beneath. She's gonna scream. I turned away from the window and entered the third floor. I didn't know how I was going to find Carl. I just thought he might be looking. My phone buzzed. I quickly stopped the knife with the crook of my arm, and I pulled it out. A text message from Benny. Guys, I found the door to the basement. There's 2 hospital beds stacked against it. I can't get Josie out. I don't know which I was texting back. Otherwise, that crazy man. I froze. Looking up from my phone, I knew that voice.
No communication from Mobius. We're cut off. I'm calling an Alpha 1 emergency. You know the protocol.
I randomly began typing a text when my candle went out. In my haste, I relit it, and once again dropped my knife, stowed away my candle relit. A sharp noise from behind me made me turn around.
You got a problem with that? You kidding me? I've been waiting to be let off the chain. I'm tired of protecting the tech and running like a bitch.
His face gone,
Good. Let's secure the weapons
sunk
stash.
deep into
Load
his
up and
face,
clean
his
out.
hair white,
No matter
arms
what it looks
crossed
like.
over his body. I blinked in surprise and began running towards him, wheeling myself not to scream his name, and remained stock still as I wrapped my arms around him. Careful not to burn.
Where did they go? Huh?
Then he spoke. I felt my blood run cold.
More signals. Not sure if I want to run into these two. Sounds like they went rogue. Then again, weapons are useful.
No human being would command it. So cages to it all. I looked over the argument and stepped back to him. Looking into his haunted eyes, I felt something stir within me. A bit of primal fear. Majestic sadness. Darkness. He took a step forward. And I ran. I ran as fast as I could, not daring to stop for even a second. Like a rat between the walls, I turned each corner with complete carelessness. Spray-painted words of red, black, purple, and other colors passed me by. They spoke to me. They are what lies beneath. They stir. They're working. What happens when they blink? I'm sure it was just my mind that said something, I'm sure of it. Because I didn't dare try to consider the idea that it wasn't. By the time I'd stopped running, I was in a room with a rusty steel table, moldy curtains on a tray with twisted surgical instruments. An operating room. That's what this was. It was obvious at a glance. Something moved in the corner. My eyes snapped to it. It was a rat. A big black rat with two dark eyes that stared into me. It sat on its hind legs, nose twitching. Its front paws were held out in front of it. It winked. I turned around and darted into the corner. Literally. The pink tail slithered into the wall through a hole. My candle was still gripped in my hand. I tightened my grip. I was willing to take my eyes off the corner.
Don't go behind that car during the trunk. That zombie down there will kill you.
A rat that winks. Who do you think taught it to do that? Slightly touched my shoulder. A gust of warm air blew over my ear before it spoke again.
Something will get me if I get that, I think.
The rat appeared in the corner. It tilted impatiently. Its nose twitched, and then it suddenly sprang out, rushing across the floor towards me. I almost screamed when it reached my leg. Then it jumped into the air next to me and stopped in midair. Claws latching onto something that I couldn't see as its teeth began furiously chewing. It's got my leg. Somehow I could feel its gaze focused on me. I could kind of turn that. I heard footsteps behind me. Slow, shuffling, patient steps, and a dry, empty husk of a voice saying my name, getting closer. Carlton had found me. He never lost me. I took my chance. I ran towards the corner. I knew that I wouldn't be able to fit through the rat hole, but somehow a part of me that hadn't been used for generations since the days of cavemen knew that I had to get into the wall. I began kicking at it, imagining that it would take a good few kicks to knock it down. It fell apart at the first kick. There was a squeak from behind me, and I didn't get the chance to turn around before the rat rushed past my leg and through the widened hole. I followed instantly. The space between the walls was cramped yet wide enough for me to walk through. My candle guided my every step, keeping the rat in the When it turned the corner, I followed. I didn't think until later about why Hammond Asylum had walls large enough to accommodate a person. When my phone buzzed, the rat stopped. The rat seemed squeaked, nodding its head. I took the hint that I put it. There was a message from Rex. Guys, I got Josie out of the basement.
Oh shit.
We're heading to the front entrance. I can't find Greg or Carlton. What about you, Larry? I gave a reply, and then he started another message. Wait, I can see Greg. He's in the west wing. I immediately changed my message. Benny, don't go near Greg. Don't go near Carlton. Find somewhere to hide, and I'll come get you. Josie replied. Larry, what are you talking about? I began typing when I heard a scream. It wasn't Benny. It was Josie. Howling scream from directly beneath me. The rat squealed again, agitated from beneath me. I heard footsteps pounding across the floor. From behind me came a slow, distant voice. I looked at the rat and stopped my phone. I was about to get the knife when I realized something. I'd lost the knife. That knife. The voice spoke again, coming closer. The rat turned away and began running. I followed it. I kept following it until a hole opened up in the floor. It seemed to swarm and convulse like a mouth opening to reveal the darkness beneath. The rat went first, and I followed. I didn't think I just jumped. A sharp pain racing through my legs when I hit the ground and hissed through the gritted teeth. And I took in my surroundings. Rats. More big, black rats, all staring right at me. There was a rush as some of them swarmed upwards, and the hole closed. The rest regarded me with a suspicious glare, almost like they were accusing me of something. I held my candle as I slowly turned around, seeing the entire room was covered by rats. Far more rats I had ever seen or would see again. In the candlelight, their incisors gleamed. A few sprawled forward. I paused, looking down at the rat as it stood on its hind legs. Squeaked, then turned around. Chirped. The other rat skittered away, revealing the door. On the other side, I could see the hallway illuminated by the green sunlight. The rat looked back up at me for a moment and then rushed forward and crawled underneath. I just managed to reach the door myself, and the door opened on its own. The rat was sitting patiently on the other side. Slowly, I poked my head out the door. Checking the first time around. I didn't panic with my hand. Honestly, I was getting used to it. And lighting it again wasn't hard. The practice I'd been getting since the game started.
I got a feeling if I open this, hella zombies will come out. So I have to shoot that.
The rat watched as I lit the candle in practice. It was almost over. When I finished, its nose twitched, continuing scurrying down the hallway. So I followed it without further ado, closing the door behind me as it did. Following the rat. There seemed to be some kind of purpose to its movements that made me smile as steps began. Each step it took with confidence.
Shit. Gotta restore power to these doors. Maybe that wire leads to a power source or something.